So we're going to work through a process of creating content. And to be quite honest right now, there is no process. Right. So there's nothing. So that's actually what we're going to work through. So the first step, so she just asked me, she goes, we're going to plan out a calendar. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but not yet. And the reason for that is, one, so we talked about being authentic, what your topics are, and the natural process and flow, because we're trying to take this from, okay, I'm not, like, what do I post on social media? Right now, like, her account, we've started a new one on purpose from scratch. So that's why, the reason why we want to do this is to walk people through, because you had mentioned before, well, you watch on social media and people have all these following, and then how did they get there?
Right.
And or what do they post?
Right.
Or how do
so
they do?
I was talking about how, nobody ever really shows the journey of, having a zero followers to 30,000, 260,000, like what you just see that, right? Like you don't actually see what it took to get there behind the scenes, and the planning behind it, and how do you actually get from 0 followers, you make this Instagram account, to...
And even back further, so we're even stepping it back further, not even just the followers, but like how to become your authentic self as an influencer. Right? Like okay, I have no social media background, I'm not comfortable on camera, but I want to go in that direction. What do I do? So that's kind of where we've said, okay, we're going to do the process.
Yeah.
We're going to document it so somebody else can duplicate and follow the process.
Yep.
But organically, so it's authentic to you. So the first step, I love Post-it notes, okay, for brainstorming and different things. And don't judge it, because the reality is you don't know, right? It's different for everybody, the process. As you do things more, you get better. It goes back to practice.
Right.
And different things. So we're going to divide up the colors. And again, we're working through, this is a working process of let's think of some things. Let's think of things we love and everything else. So we're going to do this. I'm going to kind of talk you through things.
Okay.
So before we had talked about, okay, well, we have headings and topics. Okay. We kind of established Amanda as a single... a chosen, single, strong, independent woman. Well, that's a great place. Okay, so that's kind of like, we're going to work around that, because she's my right hand in the business. It's an opposite scenario of what I've just gone through. So we were going to kind of work, that's a very empowering topic for women. That's great. But that's just one kind of heading and topic. Okay, right. So let's pick one color that anything related to romance and giving advice, we will do pink. Okay? So then we're gonna kind of label that as your topic. Strong independent woman, or romance, or whatever you want to call it. Like,
I'll just put strong woman. Okay.
Maybe put, and then just put in brackets points of living single. So it's a little more specific that the audience would go, okay, because strong women, we're strong in a lot of areas, all right? So living single is kind of the thing. Okay, great. Now you're going to put that right there. So before we actually make a calendar and say, Monday I'm going to talk about this, and Tuesday I'm going to talk about that, or I'm going to post this.
Because I jumped the gun.
Yeah, we got to slow down and go, well, what are we talking about?
Candace, so I'm very straight to the point, and Candace reels me back in, this is why we work well together.
So so I'm up in the clouds, right? Like my head is so big, like I'm like in the aliens and in the like, and she's like, what the fuck are you talking about most of the time? You're a crazy bitch. That's why I'm labeled mentally ill. Good. I'm like, got the ghosts, I got like fucking like mutants and all that shit running around, right? So like my head's fucked.
The trophy.
I got cartoons over there, fucking Disney's over there. Like I got a lot of shit going on. So I'm so up in the clouds. She's so detailed. I'm not detailed. Even coming here, I'm like, panicked, because I don't think of details. So that's actually where we complement each other really well. So a process like this, we want to kind of work, because... So that's another thing to think about. Where are you right now? Are you a person who's kind of more up in the clouds, your head spinning, you're all over the place? Or do you like tasks? Like, I like tasks, but I don't follow them yet. Like, I find that process doesn't work for me. It's too difficult. That's why we're kind of matching both. So right now, are you more of a Candace, or are you more of an Amanda, all right? So that's kind of where you're at. Okay, so that's the topic. So other things what the next thing, so that's she's strong, independent, living single woman. We're gonna fill what she needs now. We got four more main topics. So this is where we're going off the post-it notes on how we feel it. Independent, yeah. So that's a good area as a base to start.
Okay.
So next we're gonna do yellow. Tell me what are the other what are your favorite things to do, you on a day-to-day basis? What's something in your cooking? Okay, so boom, there's a category. Because I'm not doing that. So as a former person who even had a show and cooking and all that, let me tell you, it was all a bunch of bullshit lies. Because I'm a person who somebody else set up the stuff and then I did it, but I'm actually not that great. I can, but I'm not. So I have to admit,
She didn't even have a garlic
I'm a
press.
fraud. Yeah. Well, that was because I used to have shit and cook. I actually did. That was when I went psycho. That's a whole different story, though. I went psycho and threw out everything in the house, but that was a whole different thing. So, but I've just learned, don't give a shit about that. All right, so now, oh wait, are these? Oh, we got light blue, dark blue, and green. Okay, so other areas. So what are your next set of things and goals or something that you do on a day-to-day base? It's kind of already happening. Workouts. Boom. Put it down.
Okay.
So it's really, we're finding the things she's already doing. So it's not like we're stretching, like on a day-to-day base, like you can fucking talk to the phone about whatever it is. It's already happening. So you do the same, your list. What are you already doing now? So this isn't a stressful process because you start saying, oh, I'm going to do this and talk about it. You haven't even done it. So that's going to be hard. Like that. Back it up. All right. So what else? Azula. Yep.
Choose blue.
Yep.
Azula, meaning blue.
So pet, and then put in brackets pet care too. So it's like in pet care or in relationship to your animals. Like really, like I'm a spiritual person. I believe that's a child, right? Like she's a child.
Mm-hmm.
Her child is a spirit. She's her mother. Like that's, and you can have a partner and an animal too, and that at a time can be your. That's a whole different topic on spirituality.